I don't really think your hiring managers are jerks, but they can be quite annoying, can't they? Yes? I want this to be really interactive, so as you'll see, I've rebelled. I'm not standing on the stage. A lot of that has to do with the fact I fell through an expo wall earlier in the year, and I don't wish to risk it. So, let's get to it. We have, as recruiters, don't we just have the best job? Because we get to work with humans. Don't we? Don't they just put you on this beautiful, beautiful roller coaster of emotions? Don't they frustrate you? Now, isn't it enough dealing with the candidates? So who's recruiting people who have skills that are in short supply? Right? Those damn humans. I thought you were going to the employer branding one. Oh, I feel very honoured. Thank you. Sorry, I was trying to get my friends to go to other sessions. Bless us for being here. So those people put us through enough while we're trying to woo them and keep them in the process, and then we're stuck dealing with these hiring managers who get in the way, who don't understand what the marketplace is like. So I'm going to try and get you off your emotional roller coaster because I really want you to love your job and not actually feel like that. Yes? Fair? No? You're all looking at me like I'm a bit weird. I'm post-lunch, so therefore I'm going to make you interact because it's that session. Have any of you been kind enough to purchase my book? You might have seen it in purple previously. No? I donated my royalties to charity, so I do shamelessly plug it. My book is called The Robot Proof Recruiter. In a minute, you'll have the opportunity to win one. This is a second. Yes! You beautiful woman. Thank you. That is edition 1. Mind you, that was a monumental assumption there. Sorry, we shouldn't do that anymore, should we? I have actually added pronouns into this version. Because so many of you did purchase the first edition, there is a second edition, so I do that, and I work with clients to get HR, talent acquisition, and hiring managers working together in collaboration. So I run these design thinking workshops because I think it's a problem. So, your intake strategy session, chapter 5 of this, or what I'm about to share with you, or if any of you follow my LinkedIn newsletter, I think it's the most crucial part of what you do. And there are things that you can do in that, so you can make sure that you go in with your market data, right? You have the internet, you have access to data, you can find the information that you need to go in and explain to your hiring managers what the market's like, right? That's no-brainer stuff, you can do that. You can do your competitor intel. You can go and look at what they're doing really well. You can check out their employer brand, their reputation, look at their reviews, see what's being said on Recruiting Hell on Reddit, for example. And you can take all of that in with you. You could even apply for a job there and see what the experience is like and see why they're doing so well, right? You've got access, internet, open the door. You can take in your candidate data. So by that, I mean you're talking to people. Are you asking them how many job interviews, or actually asking them how many times they're approached? Sorry, I keep seeing friends in the audience. How many times they're approached each week, and you can ask them how many interviews they do in a month, and you know what it's like to be this person who has skills that are in demand, and you know what recruiters could do better. You've got that data. Then you have the urgency data. Hand on heart, how many of you ask your hiring managers how much it is costing the business every single day that the job is open? Does anyone ask that question? If you want your yay, 'cause Joe Ward does that. Please ask your hiring managers that question. What is the cost to the business every single day this job is open? How they answer that question is a game changer for you because it decides if you work on that role or the other 20 that you've got. You can prioritize your list. You want them to be able to say, it's costing £1,000 a day because we have a project to deliver and we can't deliver it and our client's getting annoyed and we might lose it. And then you're like, whoo, okay. Then when you know that, there's no excuse for them not giving you an intake, for not making availability in their diaries for you and all that sort of stuff. Okay, please ask that question. Write it down, remember it. Good question. Then you have your internal data. So for example, you're recruiting DevOps people. Who gets to recruit DevOps people? Okay, are there people in your company with transferable skills who could end up in DevOps? Probably. So what if we got a consultant in and we trained this person because they're a flight risk currently because they can get called 5 times a week about other jobs. Why don't we train them into DevOps so that They become that person that's got skills that are scarce as hen's teeth. Like, who could we move? Now, a lot of recruiters are really scared to mention internal people, but I think it makes you strategic. I think it makes you less likely to be let go in a downturn, which we have to think about in the current market. And also it means you're moving someone here, so you've still got to fill this role. So you're never losing a role. So please get talking to your business and find out all this sort of stuff. And obviously that will help you be robot proof. We like that. But also I think it'll help make you more recession proof the more strategic you are. Okay, so, and success data, otherwise known as cover your butt data. I want you to keep note of all of your wins. Okay, you fill a role for that incredibly difficult hiring manager. You get somebody moved internally, all those sorts of stuff. You know, you stop someone from leaving the company. Whatever it is, have a cover your butt book that shows what you've been doing, that shows that you're not a transactional recruiter. Okay, now, anyone got a phone? Fancy winning a copy of my book? It really is quite good. It's got about 85 contributors. If you scan the QR code, pop your name in, email address, I will do a draw, probably tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow, it might be the day after. It depends how tired I am. And I'll send you a signed copy wherever you are. Oh, don't feel pressure. Sorry, I just looked at someone. Now she's feeling pressure. Don't feel like you have to. You can buy one. I donated my royalties to Hope for Justice charity, who aim to end modern-day slavery impacting 40 million people, so you're more than welcome to buy 10. There are contributions from about 85, I think, of your peers, and it's all about human first, technology second. Let's deliver a great experience. So, how are we doing? No, it won't scan? Oh, try this side. It's brighter. I can show you afterwards. I can't remember my web address. No? Does it show at the top? I can't. We can do it afterwards. It is that, but it's book giveaway hyphen, and I can't remember what's after the bit.
Hang on 2 seconds.
No, I need the rest of it.
Yeah.
How do we get over there?
Giveaway.
It is katrinacollier.com/book-giveaway-LDN Live 22.
We can get the organisers to send it out.
Yeah, or I can send it out, or whatever. Anyway, I will give it an extra day, okay? So, enough about that. Right, ready? I promised you interaction, workshop, less of me talking. Always good. Do you remember how to vote old school? I mean, I know it's tech, but do you remember yeah? Okay. So I want to pick on live. I have no idea how this is going to go. I've never done it before. I could fail. But some of your hiring manager problems, we'll see how we go. And Margaret, I might call you in if I get stuck. Right. No. Okay. Going through your biggest hiring manager issues. I may have missed some, but do these sound really familiar? Okay, so with a show of hands, so I can work out which one we should attempt to tackle. So do you think number one is the worst? They never have any time, they won't give you an intake, they won't give feedback, all that kind of stuff? No time? No? Okay. Slow? Okay, that's quite big. Unrealistic expectations. That was a unicorn before it came over here. Ooh, hang on, sorry, do me slows again. Oh, unrealistic expectations. Whew, have to do 2 of those. Right, they always want one more CV. Ah, not so big. Good God, you're doing well if you're not getting that one so often. Interview issues, they cancel last minute. They add more and more and more. Only a couple of you, good. No feedback. Bastards, aren't they? Right, well, we might try and fit that one in. They're biased. You might want to put your hand up for that. Okay, ooh, honest people in the room. And any other, we might just come to if there's another. Okay, it was slow and unrealistic, wasn't it? Okay, who said unrealistic? Give me a scenario. Okay, not Kirsten. She's like, go away. Someone give me a scenario. I told you it's live. I don't know how this is going to go. Hello? Give me a scenario of your hiring managers being unrealistic.
Asking more from the candidates, just in terms of the job advert.
So they're asking more. So you mean that your job specification's crazy, or when they interview they ask for more than they said on the job spec?
Right, the job specification.
The job spec. So it's full of lots of must-haves. Okay. Who else has that problem? Their job, yes. Okay. I'm brutal, okay? I'm Australian. I've been here 20 years. They've tried to slap the Australian out of me. They've not done so. So I can be very blunt. So please just take this. It's from heart. Okay. Are you doing an intake strategy session with your hiring managers? For sure? Okay. You sit down with them every single time, even if it's online, for at least half an hour, 45 minutes. Okay. Everyone else who was getting that one? Okay. Do you run a live search while you're there in the intake strategy session? Have you? Oh my gosh, this is a game changer. Yeah, you do. Oh yeah, don't do it before the session. Right, if you've actually managed... Oh God, I've got enough to think about. She wants me to hand you mics, and I'm just going to relay the question. It's too much hard work. She's so pushy. Yeah. Right, so I want you to go in with your laptops, with your LinkedIn Recruiter or whatever rubbish you're using, because I just love LinkedIn. And sorry if anyone works there. And I want you to run a search right there in that meeting while you have them. And I want you to show them how ridiculously unrealistic they're being. Because nothing like it. So that you put in all of the must-haves, all of the BS, and you get 5 people on the planet. Okay, and 4 of them are in Australia, flatly refuse to leave the weather. Some are stupid and will come over. Right, so when they see it and they start to understand that the CVs don't float down from the sky, then it will start making a difference. So that will really, really help. So you just say, can we just work on this for a minute together? Then while you've got them captive and you start dropping them off and the net gets bigger and bigger, hey, while I've got you, who do you know? Who in your network? Joe's nodding along, you've done this loads, right? This is all just old school stuff on new technology. Who do you know? Who can you message for me while you're here, who you already know? What other companies would you want to get these people from? Okay, watch for bias, because they're going to want to recruit people like them, so just be aware of that. But start that. It's a really different approach to sitting there going, oh, okay, oh my God, you want 10 things that are unrealistic? Show them. Because unfortunately, they don't always believe us, no matter how hard we try. Okay, yeah? Did I need to add anything to that? I'm not sure. Does that help? Who else does a must-have? Who else gets the hiring managers to not be stupid with the must-haves? Anyone else want to contribute to that?
What about
Unrealistic
unrealistic salary range?
salary range. Ooh, does that go in other? Can I ignore that one? That's so bad. So do you have, which is being unrealistic, the hiring manager or the candidate?
Candidates expecting a lot more than the hiring managers willing to budget for.
And have you market mapped your salary ranges?
Yes, not recently though.
Yeah, 2021 salaries went. So I would recommend that you do that. Then you have the intel, and then you have to have a fabulous conversation with HR. Enjoy that. I'm going to go and find an easier question. Right. So can we go with slow? Who are my slows? Did anyone have a situation? Margaret? I can't pick on you. You're my friend.
Yeah.
You bought my book.
Well, yeah, I did.
Thank you. Honoured. The charity loves you for that.
No, I'm working on
I can't hear you. Sorry. I do need that microphone. Give me that microphone. She's really quiet. She works at an RPO. I don't even know if it's on. Oh, sorry.
Well, calling me quiet is very flattering. That's
I
not
did
something
hear you.
people
I did hear you before, by the way.
I was just being quiet for a moment. No, working within an RPO,
Yeah.
It's not something that I get directly. It's something I have to coach my team around.
Sure.
Is obviously very often the emails are going to an AMS email. They're also going to a client email.
Mm-hmm.
You've got complications with senior managers not being available for interviews, etc. And then it's the whole process. Oh, but we also have these internals to see. And it's then getting all of that looped together so that we actually get that compelling feedback. And a lot of the time it has to be driven by my team going, do you know what? Actually, this person has other opportunities. They've got 2 other things going on the table.
Yeah. So what's your question?
The question is how do we get consistent with it? Because the thing is with it, we've got some people that we can get that from by leveraging, the candidate's got a lot of opportunities, it's a candidate-led market. But in other situations, you just really, there's always an excuse, but there's never traction at the speed that you need it.
Okay. I'm going to, while I try and think of an answer. You had to ask a mega complicated question, like seriously. I'm going to go back to my original question that I think you should all be asking. What's the cost to the business every single day? So in your intake strategy session, you ask that question. And they're like, oh God, it's like thousands of pounds. Right, okay, so we need to make this easy. These applicants are in short supply, we know that, right? We're DevOps people, or whatever they are. Sorry for anyone who doesn't recruit tech. Great, let's work out exactly what we're going to do. And then you get them to agree. Now that might be hard for some of the less, oh God, I was going to say something so insulting there, less experienced recruiters who might feel quite scared, but they have to say, we are going to fill this role together. And any of you who are less experienced and you haven't been doing this recruitment malarkey for a while and have or for the oldest who managed to stay in, it doesn't matter what their job title is. They don't know how to recruit. We are experts in recruitment. That's what we do. It doesn't matter if they're the vice president of toilet cleaning, okay? Doesn't matter what their title is. I'm here to help you fill this role. Together, we're going to fill this role. So what's the cost to the bottom line? Oh my God, it's that right. We need to make a really slick interview process here. In my experience working here, I found that getting feedback from people takes too long. It's too hard to book into people's diaries, and we're losing candidates over and over and over and over. Which means your company doesn't look good to the marketplace. They start talking, right? The developers, whoever it is, the healthcare, the nurses, they all talk. They're like, I don't want to work in this company because they don't come back to me after an interview. They keep me waiting. I don't like it. So you use that sort of, but I think it has to start in the intake. How important is this role? I think you'll find that quite a game-changing question. I'm not going to use that in every single answer, hopefully. I might, maybe not. Does anyone else have another one? You're getting the feel for this now. Oh my God, do I need to make you all jump up and down? Are you all in post-lunch slump? Did you all eat pasta or something? No? Who else was in the slow? Oh my God, you've all gone so quiet and shy. Am I that scary? Hello, Rosa?
I was in the slow, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds wrong, doesn't it?
So even if we showcase everything, like, you know, saying that the interview process is slow, that you're losing candidates,
Yep.
it's still slow. So, like, that's the problem.
They're still slow, even though... Are you making an agreement in the intake? Okay, this might be it. How are you communicating with them?
We just have regular catch-ups meeting, like when they are available.
Sorry.
We have regular catch-up
So you have regular catch-up meetings?
when they are available. Sometimes they cancel the meetings.
They cancel the meetings. Okay. So hiring managers, they're such dicks. Right. Sorry, I really should watch my mouth. I think I would be trying all sorts of different tactics. One, again, going back to you're getting the idea, right? Intake strategy sessions, everything. How do you want to be communicated with? Okay, I have friends who send me Twitter DMs. It's the most irritating thing under the sun, and I wish they wouldn't do it. But that's how they want to communicate. It's their choice. So if I want to communicate with them, I have to go onto their thing. So I'd be asking them, right, how can I communicate with you in such a way that you won't fob me off, that you won't cancel a meeting, that this won't get moved down the priority list? Okay, we're losing candidates at this rate. They're giving us this NPS score. You know, our candidate experience. I mean, look at our Glassdoor reviews. Give them all the ammunition. How do you need me to communicate with you? Oh, can you send me a WhatsApp at 10 o'clock in the morning? Yes, I can do that. Right, and then it could just be you need to corner them in the office. Okay, I know, but maybe printing off the CVs and literally going over and shoving it in their face. I don't know, but you just have to try something else. Whatever you do, don't keep doing the same thing. But I mean, how many of you, hand on heart, do ask your hiring managers how they like to be communicated with? Does it help? Have they come up with anything weird when you've done that? Twitter DMs? No. They've always come back on email or something normal. Ugh, I hate Slack. Anyone else who just said that they've done that? Who else said that? What had they said to you? Has it always been...
Yeah, it always works well, but everyone is different.
Everyone's different. So they do have different responses.
Yeah, I mean, different people in the company prefer different ways when you contact them or when you have a meeting.
Okay, so that was different people have different responses and they want different things. God, we're difficult, aren't we? I go back to the emotional roller coaster. But it just goes to show, unfortunately, we're the ones. If anyone saw the LinkedIn article I put out this morning, I was talking about one, ask questions, ask, like just keep asking questions and get behind the behaviour. Because the only person's behaviour you can change is your own. And when you change yours, theirs will change. So suddenly you discover actually that, that one person's on Slack and one person's on something else, and you change to suit all of these different things. None of them are via the ATS, are they? Let's be honest, right? But you do that, and suddenly you've got the meeting out of the palm of your hand, and you're filling roles. Yeah? No? You all are in a post-lunch slump, aren't you? I love this slot. Let's wake everyone up. Okay, what shall I pick on next? Who? No feedback. Yeah. Is this feedback from interview to progress on? Who? You're nodding a lot. Can I pick on you? Yes. Which feedback? Daisy. Every stage. Yeah. Ooh, naughty hiring managers. Right. If the feed, oh gosh, they're not typing that with any system that can be read at any point. Okay, not that bad feedback. Could you imagine? Didn't like her shoes. Yeah.
Just they weren't right, and then we're like.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's the kind of feedback she's getting is stuff like they just weren't right. So it's really unhelpful. It could be your hiring managers need some interview training. I have a friend who does that. Her name is Sue Ingram, and she's awesome. And she said to me, the best thing is to ask them, what didn't they demonstrate? Like, what were you looking for that they didn't demonstrate? And then you can say, in the interview, you didn't demonstrate this. Whatever you do going into your next interview, make sure you do. And it is amazing how powerful that is. So that could be, maybe you can use different questions to get them to give you better feedback. Who has a blanket no feedback policy? Like literally, that's anyone here from Amazon, for example? There's a no feedback policy. Yeah. Hate that. I have a big problem with it. End-ghosting.com did some research, and 86% of candidate or applicants feel down or depressed when they don't get feedback and they get ghosted. So, yeah. 86% feel down or depressed. I argued this out with somebody yesterday on LinkedIn who told me that recruiters get down or depressed when candidates ghost them. I'm like, I don't really think you get down or depressed. I think you get irritated, frustrated. You've got to go through the whole process again. Down or depressed. Let's not leave people like that. So hopefully you can get around that policy. I feel all companies should be being trained in difficult conversations, which would make the whole company gel better. Rather than, oh, we better not give somebody feedback, they might sue us. We're not the US, that shouldn't happen here. So, right, now, where was I? We were no feedbacking. Does that answer that one? Yeah, who else has a different reason you don't get feedback? Hello? I'm going to have to give you a microphone. Oh, I have help. Where'd she come from? This is so exciting.
So after interviews, really struggle getting feedback from the interviewer, even if the feedback's positive and they want to move forward, just really, really slow at getting any feedback.
I'm going to go back to the intake strategy session. I'm feeling like I'm on like a broken record. Does that even compute anymore? What does one say? We don't have broken records anymore. What do we say? I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm just like fobbing you off. Are you agreeing how they're going to give feedback and when they're going to give feedback? Do you have a service level agreement in place with your... Okay, so agree it. Are you getting the feeling like you need a massive checklist as you go into that intake, right? We're going to run live searches. We're going to ask all the difficult questions. We're going to agree the interview process and the exact time. Again, it doesn't matter what their job title is. You're an expert in whatever it is you do, right? I don't understand engineering. I'm a recruiter. I understand how to recruit people. That's my job. Right, so together we're going to work to fill this role. But I need some commitment from you. That I need you to give me the feedback, good, bad, indifferent. Because otherwise I'm just going to keep wasting your time by sending more people in for interview and you'll be like, they're shit. It's like because you didn't give me an intake. Or it's, I need the feedback at this time because these people have skills that are in demand. I'm talking to these candidates. They're being approached 5 or 6 times a day. And we're just one of them. And you want this A-star person and really you're going to give them B- work to do. So come on, get realistic. So it's that scary, like, or not that scary, fearless, bullshit? What's the word I'm looking for? There's a beautiful Brit word in there somewhere I just can't think of. But you've got to be that confident and that strong in what you're doing. And the only way you're going to do that is with all that stuff I was talking about earlier. All of that data, have done all your research. Have your failures. You know, when you were talking about your hiring managers being all different, saying, well, you remember last time we went through this process? How many people just ended up ghosting us and we couldn't fill the role? It's because you messed everybody around. Hand on heart. Actually, here's a good one. I'm going off on a tangent just to amuse myself. Right. How many people get frustrated when their email isn't replied to? Yeah. No, only, wow. I get very frustrated when people don't reply to my emails. I'm a Gen X. What can I say? If you go onto a Zoom call, how long will you wait for somebody before you get frustrated? How many minutes into the Zoom, Teams, whatever rubbish you're using, video? 7? Yeah? I'm frustrated about 3 minutes in. I know you're still just grabbing a cup of tea, but my God. Sorry, who had their hand up over here? 5 minutes and you're frustrated. Yeah, because we're keeping people waiting. So can you imagine you've gone through the interview process and you're super, super excited and you're not getting feedback? It's almost as bad as those 5 minutes. It's just exaggerated out. I know it's a weird comparison, but it's like that. We don't like having our time wasted. You are all gifting me your time right now. There's a few people that do look like they want to run away, and you're welcome to leave if you're bored. But you're giving me your time. Believe me, the older you get, the more you realize how precious it is and how fast it goes. When suddenly you're like, how did I get to this age? Like, shit. Right, thank you for your irreplaceable time. And I'm hoping I'm using it well. I'm hoping you're learning, right? It's the same in the interview process. So yeah, maybe that as well. Reminding hiring managers how they feel when they're messed about. So, you know, do they get frustrated when candidates turn up late? Well, then don't you turn up late. We're humans. Okay, someone got another scenario for me because I'm loving this. I haven't run out of time yet. How many more minutes? Oh my God, 15. Have I killed you all? No. Oh, well, there's some brave souls in the room. Hello. Hello, Sam. Oh my God, how do you say your company name? I'm not even going to try. Oh, okay.
Benevolent
AI. There's a gap missing.
There is a gap missing. Mine's about priorities in terms of there's some roles that are a very high priority and some are a very low one, and it's more about actually communicating back to the hiring managers that their role is not that high on my list of priorities.
Yes. Nasty.
We've got a priority system, but they don't really listen to it, and then they still think that theirs is the most important.
Who created
one.
the priority system?
I put it in place with the leads of the business, and then...
So the business, not the TA leads, the business leads?
Yeah, with the business leads.
Right.
And then essentially they give me the priorities of their roles in their departments.
Yeah.
And then I go away and work with the team on making sure we're putting the most effort into the higher priority ones.
The ones that cost more for the bottom line?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I cannot take credit for this. Clive Smart at Sky Betting and Gaming has the hiring managers, all of them together, use a Kanban, and then they prioritise their roles. So instead of you prioritising by department, it's literally they're prioritised. Would that work? Would that help with the... But with their departments, not against each other.
Yeah, so we separate the departments so into each individual recruiter.
Okay.
But then the ones at the bottom are still sort of going, well, I want
Okay, okay. So, yeah, no one wants to be at the bottom. So basically what the gentleman's saying is that it ends up being that because they're prioritised by department and some aren't so important, you then have almost an ego problem. Yes? Okay, how am I going to tackle this one? Oh my God, he's given me a curly question. He's stumped me. I need to think. Has anyone got this situation going? How you handle it? Because I thought the Kanban would fix it, get them to, as a group, rather than, and they wouldn't do it. Okay, and you've tried honesty. Okay, I maybe go back with the bottom line figures. Is there... How much are they helping you fill the roles? Minimal helping of filling the roles. So they won't, you can't use their network? They won't put time aside?
Yeah.
We're back to that. God, they're little lovely human beings who recruit people by you. Okay, yeah, get rid of your hiring managers. Move company. No, sorry, no. I believe that lots of TA people are looking for other TA people at the current time. No, I shouldn't say that. Do be really aware, though, that it is usually the quieter person, the quieter hiring manager who's quite lovely, who has the higher priority roles. So do watch for the one that would stomp in like I would, like, welcome my role now. Okay, watch for them, because again, so at least you've tried to prioritize in that respect. The only way I can see fixing that is getting them to do it amongst themselves, because they're not believing you. If you have the stats and you can just push back and say, look, I'm really sorry, right now I cannot work on your role until this time, but I will promise I'll work on it then, because I have this role that's costing the bottom line this, they might help. But I don't know, you've stumped me, he stumped me, damn him. I thought, see, this is danger, I should not do live. I'm going to think about it. Can you like stalk me on LinkedIn? Yeah, and I'll have to think. Anyone else got any thoughts on what? Get the hiring managers won't take where they are in the priority pecking order. Chai? Yep. Yes?
Probably asking the hiring managers. Sorry. Yeah, probably trying to find from the hiring managers on time frame on when they're looking to recruit, how important it is. Like if it is someone.
What he's saying is they are putting it in order, and the lower ones are not liking it.
Right.
Is it time frame as well? God, I need 2 mics. Sorry? Yeah, they're not liking the time frame. Hang on, sorry. Chai, can I borrow your microphone? I'm getting good exercise here. Thank God, because I'm not walking the dog this afternoon.
It's good exercise. So, prime example, spoke to a hiring manager on Monday.
Yeah.
Their role is very much not a priority for me. I've literally just looked at an email and they've put time in tomorrow to get an update when, clearly I haven't moved the world in 2 days for them. Exactly, which I'm going to tell them that. But I guess I keep going back to these same hiring managers and sort of telling them that there is a million other things or other roles that we're working on and X, Y, and Z in terms of need for the business. And they sort of still don't sort of compute it and take it on board.
I think I actually have an answer before I hand over. I think my mic's gone off. Has this one gone off? Yeah. And I hate these. I have to be where? No, it's still off. We're going to get squeaking any minute. So, I hate these. Book the time in. When you're doing the intake and you say it's not a priority role, I'm back. Put the time in their diary when the next catch-up is going to be. So they can't put it in your diary. So try that and see if that works. Maybe? I'm totally winging it. Told you, winging it session. Josh.
Hi. I was just going to say, sometimes I've found hiring managers just want something to do. If they're thinking about it a lot, you can just go, we don't have time, but can you maybe work on the job description this time? We'll find the top 10 companies to look at, or I've done a LinkedIn project. Can you maybe look at the top 10 out of this that would be great profiles, just to keep them busy, basically?
Love it. Could they share it to their networks?
Yeah.
Could they go approach some people? Basically, could they do your job?
Basically, yes. Can we get it ready to be have a quick impact when it is live? When we're working on it, can we have everything ready to go quickly?
How's that? Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving me. Saved my bacon. Right. I've got 10 minutes. Oh, no, I've got another one. No, I've got 10, which means I can do one more. Thank you. One more. Hello. Hi. Don't be a nasty one like that. Ooh.
Just don't get too close.
Well, look, I've done my 10,000 steps. How awesome is that? Right.
So we have an issue with managers who don't want to make decisions.
Ah.
So whether that's the package we're paying, the ultimate hiring decision, they're always afraid to make the wrong hire.
Yeah, you have a blame culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leadership training. Literally. So if you have a company like Fang, actually, what do they call now? Manga. I don't know what they're called now. Fang, Facebook, all of those. And they have like 18 interviews and 16 panels and blah, 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 blah. They won't make a decision. It's always a really good indication that the company has a blame culture. So I'm not going to hire Kirsten here because I might be making a mistake. So I'm going to get somebody else to interview Kirsten to say that Kirsten's fabulous, right? Because everyone's covering their butts. You have a leadership problem. So you need a leadership coach, consultant, something in. Yeah. Sorry, that's probably not the answer you wanted. Did you have a thought on that, Joe? For some reason, I think you would have struck that, no? But just, yeah. That's what that means. Honestly, screening, a first and a second, do we really need more than that? That's what probation's for. I don't know. Does anyone else have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interviews? None of you are going to admit it. Oh, one did. Bravely. One brave soul. There are companies here who are recruiting recruiters. Just letting you know. Anyone else? Sorry, that was like really short. I can fit one more in. Quick one. Hello. I'm loving this, by the way. I'm not sure you guys are, but I am. Hello. Hello. Oh. Sorry, I'm so naughty.
So we have a hiring manager. First is he's slow in giving time. Second is whenever he gives time, he will take time to give feedback. Third is when he give a feedback, it's one liner, either a select or a reject. So never a descriptive. If a select, so the problem is we have to go for the next step for the offer processing and the approvals. So it takes time there again.
Yeah.
So we have issue, we have highlighted it again. We have done the training, we have one-to-one discussion with the hiring manager.
Yep.
Still it's not getting resolved. It's still a perennial issue with the hiring manager, and he has maximum requirement where we have to fulfill the positions.
So he won't move on the must-haves.
Yeah.
You need to do the search in the intake. Try. God, there were so many bits in that, and I don't know which one to answer. I think it's a case of going back to him with his failure data. So, do you remember we offered this person and they'd already accepted somewhere else? Or we wanted this person in for another interview and they'd already go back with the facts and datas. He is wasting his irreplaceable time. Okay, when you're talking to them, remember that all the time, okay? We want them to stop being annoying, but we have to sell it in what's in it for them. Okay, the same, you open up your LinkedIn email, you read this email, you're like, oh God, what do they want? Right? The same thing, your hiring managers are doing the same. What do you want? So do that. Do you understand? You wasted all of this time. If you'd come back to me, that's a little bit faster, we'd have somebody in the role now and we wouldn't be wasting money. So hit them with that and talk business, okay? Talk business stats. Go and talk to your finance and find out some of the costs of these things and talk business stats to them as well. But yeah, that should hopefully help. Otherwise, again, there are lots of companies looking for recruiters. Right.
Thank you.
Now, are we there? Are we there? We're there? We're nearly there. Right. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that because I ran out of time. And I've done my demo. Right. So, sorry, it's all about gifts. Apparently Gen Z don't like them, but I'm Gen X, so whatever. I want you to write down maybe in your phone or in a note or whatever, something from this session that you want to take back with you to your office, just a takeaway. You've got a couple of minutes to do that, just to really think about, oh gosh, you know what, when I go back I'm going to put that into my intake, or I'm going to do that with my hiring managers, or I'm going to do that, because there are lots of sessions here today. You're getting to the end of the day, you'll be feeling a bit, I just want you to, you've written 5, so I love you, that's amazing, but just something that you want to, huh?
You've got 4 minutes.
I know. I'm watching the time. I'm professional. Sorry. Yeah. 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 How much time? Yeah. Got you. Okay. Yes. Where has he gone? Oh, he's gone. He left. He ran away. You just gave me the best answer. So the gentleman that was having the trouble with the prioritising of the roles, I've forgotten your name, Rebecca, was just saying, go back with the business priorities. So flipping that script and go back and say, look, it's nothing personal. As a business, these are the roles we need to fill in this order to be successful as a business. That's fair, and that's not on you. Yeah? Sorry if I scared you. You look a bit terrified. Okay, so that's it. If you ever want to work with me, know more about me, obviously you have the Robot Proof Recruiter. I have a one-to-one coaching program called The Collective. Yes, it does cost money, I'm sorry, but it does. I have to pay my bills, where you get a lot more of this, but with other recruiters in there as well. And I do run design thinking workshops. So if you are having collaboration, chaos, or any other recruitment candidate experience problems, please feel free to get in touch. They're quite mind-blowing, quite new to our industry to use design thinking, so it's fun. Thank you, everyone.